Question of the day, dry or tacky tennis grips?
Hey guys, Aldo here from Ace Tennis Review. Today I just want to take a few minutes and talk real quickly about the different types of overgrips that are out there. What should I get? Should I go with a dry overgrip or a tacky overgrip? Well, the answer is it depends. I could talk real quickly about a couple similarities and differences between the two types of tennis grips and just let you decide for yourself which one you think is the best overgrip that fits your game, but also the climate that you're playing in. I have two types of tennis grips. You've got your dry overgrip and you have your tacky overgrip. Now, the dry overgrip is best for players that have really sweaty hands, but also for players that might like are field tennis players like me. I like to feel the ball. I'm more of a field tennis player. I play with rackets that are also meant for more feel rather than power. And the tacky tennis grips are, they have a little bit more of a cushion to them. They have a tacky surface, so unlike a dry tennis grip that it feels very dry and not tacky, the tacky tennis grip is the opposite of that. It's a tacky tennis grip. It has a little bit of tackiness on the surface of it, so it could grip the palm of your hands a little bit, and so the racket won't slip around in your hand. But also, they tend to have a little bit more of a cushion, so less feel, more cushion and comfort compared to a dry tennis grip. Tourna tennis grip. This is probably the most well-known add a dry tennis grip out on the market. Of a grip build-up to your grip, meaning that your grip size will go up a little bit. Obviously, you're adding new material onto your existing grip, and so the thickness and the diameter of the grip is going to expand. Now, the Tourna tennis grip, you definitely feel a little bit of build-up. It adds a little bit more weight, and what we're talking is, in grams. And it may not seem a lot, but in tennis, every little bit counts. And so for someone that has a good feel on their game, the weight is going to be noticeable. But you could manipulate that a little bit and try to stretch the overgrip. If you're very sensitive to that, you could try the different tacky overgrips. They make them very thin. The Wilson Sensation, I think, is one of the thinnest tennis grips out there. It's so thin that when you go to apply it onto your grip, and I should probably make another video about how to put on an overgrip properly. But if you stretch it too much, it could actually start thinning out. It will easily give out so much that the width of the grip will start going down. And so you have that on one end, and then you have just the regular spec ones. I know Yonex makes an overgrip that's pretty popular, and Babolat, Head, they all make it, and they vary in thickness a little bit. And so you've got another thing to consider. Hey, it's maybe a little bit of a grip buildup, but also a little bit more weight. And so if you're very weight conscious, I would say that you may have a better selection in the tacky overgrips than the dry overgrips. But by far, the more popular of the two is the tacky overgrip. Another point to consider is the climate that you play in. The dry heat climate, let's just say like maybe in Arizona, well, the tacky overgrip might work well for you. The dry overgrip would also work well for you. So you could have a choice. But if you're playing in a humid climate, let's just say, for instance, in Florida, well, too much humidity tends to sit on the overgrip as well. And so if you're playing with a tacky overgrip, that moisture tends to make the grip less tacky. And so the benefits of the tackiness tend to go away. And so for a climate like that, I would prefer to play with a Tourna or a dry overgrip just because you take that element of the moisture out. If you don't have very sweaty palms, and again, this is why it's such an individual thing. If you don't have really heavy sweaty palms, then the tacky grip might work well for you. But if you do have sweaty palms like I do, the dry tennis grip in Florida would be the way to go.
Okay, here's a close-up of the two different types of grips. On the left-hand side, you've got the tacky one, and on the right-hand side, we've got the Tourna, the dry grip. As you can see, and I'm going to try to come a little bit closer and give you guys a closer up look. The surfaces is the first thing that you would notice that's a difference. The tacky one is a little bit of a softer, kind of cushiony type grip. It obviously has tackiness to it, so it's a little bit sticky to the feel. On the other hand, you've got the dry one that also, you know, it's not to say that it doesn't have cushion, but it definitely isn't as bouncy as the tacky one. Also, the surface isn't as tacky, it's much more of a dry feel. The best way to kind of see the close-up differences is to see how they wear out. The tacky one, as you wear it more and more, it starts getting less tacky. It just looks a little dirtier. But the dry one starts fraying out a little bit. So as the way it's constructed, it's layers upon layers that they lay down to absorb the moisture. And as you play through it, over time, it then tends to fray a little bit, and you could see it really exacerbated here with it just peeling off versus the tacky one.
So by far the more popular overgrip out there is the tacky grip. A lot of the pros are playing with it now. You tend to not see too many pros on the tour playing with the Tourna grip. Of course there are, but the majority tend to be tacky grip. You just get a little bit more selection in there. They come in different colors. They come with different tackiness and the different thickness. So you get a little bit more selection. So if your game and your climate that you live in, you could do a tacky tennis grip, then it's definitely worth a shot. For those that are that have really sweaty palms, and the tacky grip may not be the best option for you unless you're in a climate that's very dry. Anyway, I hope you found this video helpful. Please subscribe to the channel, help support this channel so I could keep making more videos for you. And if you have any comments or suggestions, either leave them down below or shoot a message. Thanks.